Now we're going to move on to another aspect of racism, and let's see how well we do with this particular aspect of racism. Go ahead.
Well, Farrell, let's hear your interesting story you had.
Okay. Well, my mom has a friend, and she has a fiance that's a different race than she is. And the mom doesn't really like, you know, two different races together. She's kind of racist, so she's kind of disrespectful to my mom's friend because she doesn't think it's right that they should be together. So, yeah.
Okay.
All right, let's move along
Okay, all right, yeah.
to stereo.
So sweet, so innocent.
I'm gonna ask you, do you think it's because of stereotypes that she believes in?
Is this the other aspect of racism we're going to talk about?
Yeah,
okay,
right, stereotypes.
all right.
All right.
Help me out now, yeah. Where are we going?
Now, are stereotypes correct?
No.
Correct.
No, they're not.
Are they correct?
No, they're not.
They're
correct.
not.
They're
Okay.
only based on what they see from maybe one person.
Can they be proven wrong?
No,
Yeah.
yes, they can be proven wrong.
Yes.
Because not everybody acts the same.
Stereotypes are like...
Stereotypes are, I think, opinions. So they can be proven wrong.
So if they're so easily proven wrong, why can't we correct these stereotypes? Why do these stereotypes still exist?
Because of what's put on TV. Like, they use those stereotypes to make TV look good. Like, if you really think about it, like in all music videos, you see all African Americans in baggy clothes, all this jewelry, hats pulled down over their faces, and they say all Chinese people look alike, and
So that's what society like expects to see.
They say, like, blondes aren't very smart.
Yeah.
But that's not true, right, Farrell?
What's some of the most outrageous stereotypes you've ever heard?
All Chinese people are smart.
Yeah.
That's not true.
All
I know some dumb
all
Chinese
black people only work. All black people can only do things with their hands. They can't use their head. You know.
That's where slavery came from.
Yeah. Like that's the only thing they can
That
do.
is not where slavery came
That's
from.
what they did.
Well, I mean, that, no, but seriously, if
we
you
can
think
work
about
out
it,
there.
yeah, like
We can work out
that's
there.
all. That's all they think about. They say, oh, he
are a lot
could
of
do
stereotypes
some
with different
hardware. He
races,
could go cut the grass or something
Yeah.
like that. You know.
Especially if you're big.
You know, especially like if you're going for
I'm serious.
if you go for a job,
Especially if you're big.
like
Sounds like a personal problem. What's going on?
It's like taking a screen, splitting it in half. Skirt, skirt, skirt. Okay, here we go now, you guys. First of all, some stereotypes are true. All stereotypes are not false. All stereotypes do not just fall out of the sky. Everything that we do, there's a frame of reference, good, bad, or indifferent. So if you think about in that aspect, everything cannot possibly be a lie. No, it doesn't even make sense. Racism, okay, according to Steinberg, who has written a book called The Ethnic Myth, one of the most profound books I ever read in undergrad. And what he found was, and it's true, Anglo-Saxons tried to enslave their own people, but they had a very difficult time. It makes sense. Well, if you try to enslave Pharaoh here, you're going to have a problem. You know why? Because you can't distinguish her between your sister and then her offsprings, and then her offsprings. Too many people look alike. Does that make sense?
Yeah, that makes
sense. So it's very difficult to try to enslave somebody that looks like you. Okay, we got that? Everybody do like this?
Yes.
Okay, that's one aspect. Secondly, the Anglo-Saxons said, well, okay, that ain't working out too well. Let's enslave the Indians. How about them? Well, they look different. They didn't know the language. Sounds good in theory, but then they learned something else. They know the lay of the land better than we do. It's difficult to enslave somebody, anybody, that knows your space, your territory, your backyard, lay of the land better than you do.
right.
Their bartering system was better than the Anglo-Saxon. They had a difficult time trying to enslave them. Okay, so. African Americans. How about them? Different language, different territory, don't know the lay of the land, don't know the language.
Dang,
And they look totally opposite
Right.
in color, right?
Yeah.
Than the Anglo-Saxons. Ergo, this is why African Americans were chosen to be enslaved. And it was not just here in the United States of America, of course. It was in other countries too, right? We know this.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay. So, go ahead, Anya. Now that we have some frame of reference for what we're saying, we can keep going.
I'm taking a Latin class, and one part of it we actually talk about slavery and how how they also separated everybody. See, before it even hit America, pretty much it was in South America, and used to ship everybody the triangle trade, right?
Oh.
So
I thought you were talking about something else.
oh, but they didn't ship just black people. They shipped their race. They shipped other people from different lands, and it was just so awkward because I'm thinking, well, I mean, I thought we was really the true slaves until I found out, like, oh man, it's another group, you know. But no, I'm not saying it's supposed to be proud. But I'm just saying, like, I was like, wow. I mean, there was other people controlling different other people, you know, in distant lands and stuff. And I was like, wow, that's amazing.
I have this. Go ahead, Justin. You look like you're boiling to step on my feet here.
Oh no, I didn't.
Okay, you're not ready yet. Not yet. Okay. If you think about the political correctness, if you will, that now goes into being racist, and they say, well, you really can't openly be racist anymore. They say you have to hide it. Okay, I got that. I like to think that I can talk to anybody about racism because I'm going to learn something new. I'm going to learn something different. I see it as an opportunity to try to figure out your environment, what you learn, and how that trickles over to me. And I'll never forget that I had this one professor, and he used to, we would go at it all the time. And he said, you don't have the right to take the food off of the table of my children. Food is a powerful weapon. You know what I said? You don't have the right to take the food off of the table of my children that I may have one day. True though. In other words, understand what people are fighting for. Understand that it's not just I'm gonna wake up and I'm just gonna start hating people because that's the best thing to do.
It's about power.
No, hate didn't just fall out of the sky. It didn't just fall out of the sky. In their minds, there's a reasoning. There's a rationale. And if I could find the Grand Wizard of the KKK from the beginning to the end and talk to him, I'd be tickled pink as long as they don't try to hang me. If they'll just talk to me and not hang me, I would be tickled pink. Because you got to imagine they have some very profound feelings and thoughts that go into this, right? When you say, yes, no, maybe. Okay, so now that we have a frame of reference, we're going to go ahead on and we're going to cut over to words of encouragement, right? Then we're going to come back and then you guys are going to give me more opinions based on what I just said, right?
Yes.
Okay, let's go ahead on and have words of encouragement.
For words of encouragement, we don't want to clap going into words of encouragement.
Okay. So now I just got to do words of encouragement. Okay, sorry.
Correct for her to clap? Okay, no, you all did fine. That was correct.
Okay.
That was correct. I apologize.
All right.
Good job.
Y'all made me work too hard. Now we can go back to just them giving their opinions.